deadly weapon. While we grow old and we will live each day in springtime, loving
So Sheriff Clark's this son.
yeah.
I would take a picture, but I had to get back.
Yeah, before he black on black crime too.
He was skinny, black dude, like black, like blacker than me. Big ass country hat on, belt buckle, fucking cowboy boots, jeans and shit. And he had tattoos, so I'm walking behind him and I'm looking on the back of his arm, Coon Hunter.
Wow.
From here all the way back down to here.
Wow.
And I was just like, what the fuck?
The shift.
Yeah, but
The shift.
he looked like he was in his 20s. Like 27, 28. He did look like he was out of his element a little bit.
But you went to the farm store, so.
Yeah, and he was driving a fucking hoopty ass, fucking old ass 4x4 truck thing.
You went to the farm store.
Where the fuck did that nigga come from?
The farm store.
Who would tattoo Coon Hunter that big on their fucking arm? Like letters like that big. Cool. And I was gonna try to find him in the store, take a picture, but I'm like, nah, I need to get back.
Yeah.
They didn't have what, I can't believe it. They didn't have what I needed.
Oh, you have to go.
Because it's the end of the season, they.
Sing it. Huh?
You're not the only one that can have concerts.
I'm the only one that can have concerts when this blower is blowing and nobody can't hear your ass. I was serenading the people. Stuff they don't tell you about with basic stuff. Like, well, Mystic cannabis is a dangerous form. I've been shot like so many times in life. You know? No, ain't no warnings on the pack. They don't care. It ain't me. And I also baking sheets. Like there are a lot of things that are better baked on a cookie baking sheet. And number two, and number one, the cookie baking sheet to be ideal should have holes in it. And that way, you know, you don't have to put it on the rack. But I'm just saying, for stuff like cookies, they would benefit from a rack as well. And that's what a cookie. It's some eggs, callaloo eggs. There should be a baking dish with the holes in it, like that. There should be square, like they have the round ones. There should be a square one for stuff like even egg rolls or enchiladas. They benefit from being cooked on baking dishes and baking dishes with holes in the bottom. So my invention is actually a glass baking dish with holes in it that's rectangular, like the size of the pans that I use to cook the, biscuits and stuff in. Because if I think about it, I've been using this for as long as I can remember to cook like bacon. Because that's another thing that would benefit from. So it needs to be this shallow, glass with holes in this size with holes, or smaller with holes, or rectangular, whatever size it is, with holes in the bottom. Baking glass. You're welcome. Invented.
Where's the biscuit go in the holes and down?
You can put foil on the glass. And so it can be, you can have your crispy crust and it not be burned. And that seems so basic once you know everything about everything. It's like, why people don't start out with little shit like that? But leave it to a woke person to get her culinary life to have to teach y'all how to teach one. One that y'all won't listen to, but y'all steal all her ideas and put in a book and ball out on it. It won't even give me a few $1,000s off of it. You making 6 figures, bitch. Give me $1 or $2. $1,000. I started to say 200, but in case that bitch is watching and make a lot of money, she needs to give me more than More than a couple of dollars. Since I see you doing research, also a wooden spoon. Hello? Also a wooden serving spoon with holes, with and without holes in it. Like this, but wooden. With holes in them?
They gotta have a wooden spoon.
It seemed like it. It seemed like they would. But they gonna look at you like you better get you a wooden fork. Cause they got slits in it. Actually, like this would be perfect. See how I had to bend this? I've been even considering collecting a glass pot and pan collection. But I don't want to do that. Because you be tossing pots and pans around. I don't want to have to be worried about breaking no shit. But good idea. Like, I wonder if it's been a reason, subconscious reason I've always had a glass affinity. You know what I mean? Maybe in my subconscious I knew that was the healthiest of things. Because I'm thinking about this non-stick cookware that everybody just made a household thing. Because it is convenient. But then you learn about if this stuff breaks off into your food later. It's cancer. Not that everything ain't cancer causing. But you know, I'm getting older and more attentive to shit. And I was in here thinking while I was cooking earlier, or while you were gone, I tried to think about the most famous, most renowned chefs and how they don't use no non-stick shit for nothing. And like in the 5-star restaurants and shit. Like, why don't... You know, I have to question the thing that they make common for everybody to want and have and use for convenience. But the people at the top of their game in that area don't use that.
And you don't know the real reason.
And you don't know the real reason. The real reason. Sometimes they don't know the real reason. Third eye blind, baby. Make it like my mama made it. You seen the remote? Uh-huh. Where? I lost it.
You always losing stuff. Yeah. You don't know where you put it. That's why you don't deserve to have the remote.
Oh, I'm in trouble again. It had to be over there because I was here.
Because you was what?
I
was
just
not
turned
watching the remote?
No, I turned it down so I could talk to you.
Oh, okay. You turned it down. That's why it's blaring on 18.
Where is it really? I gotta watch these eggs. Really, girl? Where is the remote? Oh.
What?
Right here.
How do you get there?
I put it there.
I turn.
Yeah. Is that Chucky's parents or hers? Oh, that's their baby. Chucky and them done had a baby. It just came out talking to the seed of Chucky. It can also go another way where they mad that somebody finna get a movie deal out of their life. And they didn't get to ball out on it. But now they back alive, so now they can kill motherfuckers. I just put my ground turkey patties in some cold water. Incidentally, I got me some new glass bowls. Here's an amber one. I'm considering getting new glassware for all my cooking stuff because I was thinking about it. And it's a process of thinking. Pardon me, I meditated. But that's when I do some of my most logical, common sense thinking. And open-minded, intellectual thinking. What I went looking for was large glass bowls with a lip because it makes it easier to pour from the lip. So I have some milk glass bowls exactly like this. And I have that amber bowl. And I have a Pyrex glass measuring cup. I need to get a really big one though. And anyway, it made me think of wanting to have, and I started, you know I'm a glassaholic anyway. But as I was making my structured water, I was thinking, maybe, you know, that's pretty much the healthiest way to go altogether. Earthenware and glass. Baking glass strength, not just regular glass, even though I am a glassaholic across the board. But I'm talking about cooking now, where you're talking about heating the elements of heat and extreme elements of heat. That got me to thinking, man, I want some, well, you heard earlier in the video if I include that part of it, but I started thinking about wooden utensils. I mean, you know how using wooden utensils is always been historically better than, say, metal, so wood and glass. So I'm on utensils, but with utensils there's a huge likelihood of breaking at some point. And in fact, I had a mason jar over here that God knows how that chip got in it. It was a jar like this. I hope I didn't put that back in the thing. And the corner was chipped so that when I made my juice, my vegetable juice, it was squirting out the bottom. I don't know what I thought. I was like, where is this leaking from? I didn't know how it could be coming up out of the jar, but it was leaking from a hole that had chipped in the corner. So be careful though when you're using glass, like often like that, or all the time, like I do. So yeah, I thought, well, instead of glass with the utensils, I better go ahead and go with wood. Because we don't know what the long-term effects of silicone is. Not really. It's probably nothing to be worried about, but we also let children play with toys for decades before the companies acknowledge the very toys that they make are laden with lead. Lead-laden ass objects for literal infants and toddlers and children to literally play with on a daily basis. Think about how much they must care about you and your family. But anyway, yeah, I want a serving spoon with slits like this, made out of wood, and I want a wood, yeah, so I want this in wood, basically. I also want a wooden ladle, but I probably could find one of those if I look regularly enough. So anyway, as I was making these biscuits for this brunch, this is what I did with my eggs and callaloo this morning. What my tip was with that was to, it sounded like something is in my disposal that shouldn't be. I'm gonna harvest these collard greens while I tell you this. Anyway, as I was making the biscuits and talking about how they were about to murder me, let me go get these damn collard greens. I'm gonna do it one day. One day it's gonna get done. That's another thing. He asked me what a remote control was before he left, knowing that he had already seen it, and he just knew it was a little deeper into the kitchen, the cooking area, the culinary area than he anticipated. So then he hid it, and then he said, "Where is the remote?" So I started looking all over, everywhere, and he's like, "Where is it?" And I was like, "I don't know." I should have known at first when he asked me 3 or 4 times that he was up to something. But the more I kept looking, and the less bothered he was by me looking, the more I was like, oh, he found it already. He's acting like he don't know where it is. The games people play, girl. The games. I clean these. I'm about to cut the stem out of them and blanch them. So I just fold it over, cut the stem out, cut all that bitch out. You know, at the top it's thin enough not to matter. But for the most part, I cut the stem out. Better more than less. And I would like to have the oven preheating right now, but can't do that because the raw meat is not prepared. I gotta put some sauce and some peppers and some onions in that mug. It's gonna cook beautifully. These are fresh off the plant, so they're gonna be amazing. And tenderoni, girl. Oh boy. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I've learned to love this for several reasons. Yeah, so since it keeps stuff ice cold, when I tell you ice cold, I mean ice cold. So that I can actually, Mr. doesn't like his because he walks, I don't know how he walks with hot coffee, girl. But he walks with coffee while I'm walking with the water. So I used to be up until last week, but I used to be aggravated that I would have to carry the water. But every time I would forget that he was carrying coffee. So, you know, it's not too much to ask him to carry water. I'm like, he wanted to bring that. I wanted to bring my damn satchel so that I could put the water in there, or wear a sweatsuit jacket with pockets so I could put it in the pocket of that while it's tied around my waist. But anyway, I can take these with us and we'll have ice cold water, and I have to hold him because he's got his coffee. And that is not a problem either because as we walk, I got new exercises that I do. We've named them shits too. One of them is George Jefferson, girl. Ask me about it. I'll let you know. It is a good workout. But it's shit there's bat wing and bingo wing stuff. But yeah, so I can have both of these with water in them, and that's going to give me a few pounds of resistance for whatever additional exercises I want to incorporate into the walk, girl. So I'll be walking and doing arm exercises. Sometimes we'll dance the whole lap. a whole quarter of a mile. And it also helps to have ice cold water, ice cold, as opposed to water that has become room temperature, even if you started out with it iced over pretty much. But it's hot enough for it to have melted. But anyway, yeah, these are arm weights, and it keeps it ice cold, and it forces me to drink more. Again, I was saying that he doesn't like to use this for the coffee because so much comes out and it'll burn your mouth and tongue. But on the contrary, when it has ice, the ice cold water, see, you can still hear the ice. When it has ice cold water in it, and you're drinking it, it forces you to drink more of that too. It's just ice cold and you need to drink more. So even though this has this little bitty opening here, something about how this part scoops out and water just cascades out of there in bulk. I would imagine that's the theory for the college kids trying to overdrink beer. Like, why would you even? Why would you even? The cabbage mom tried it, girl. To no avail. Look how pretty my collars are. Too bad, so sad, I ain't sorry. I have enough for several. So I'm going to blanch these, and then I'm going to put them in a bowl of cold water to just store until I'm ready to make the meat stuffing. I'm just using the end of the spatula that I used to make my eggs. Oh, that's another thing. So back to these kitchen equipment. See how this is burned here? Okay, sorry for making y'all look at my crusty egg. It's still some shit on there, but it's better than it was. So see how this burned? Because what I did was, I know you've heard, like when I'm boiling something, whether it's edamame or rice or something, when you don't want something to overboil, you can put a wooden spoon over the top of it, right? Well, I made sure that this didn't touch the rim, but it was very close. I had it right here. You know, I made sure both ends were over the top of the pot, like so. But see, this is what happened to the silicone. I mean, it didn't catch fire or anything. It doesn't look like it was in danger of catching fire, but look, it burned. And that makes me think, should I trust it not to? Actually, I was trying to decide if I was going to tell you that I was going to use this wooden instrument, another wooden instrument or not. But it doesn't matter because I'm not going to use this. I'm going to use my wooden tongs because I do have those. And I'm going to take them out and put them in my big old bowl of cold water. Not to stop them from cooking because they need to stop cooking, ultimately, but to stop them from cooking because they need to be malleable but not breakable in order to make the soma rolls with them. They don't smell great. I don't care what your mama and grandmama say. Greens do not smell well. They smell delicious when you know what you're gonna eat and that they cook just right. But fresh greens don't smell delicious. Cooking, no. So back to this attempted murder by biscuit can situation. So as I was making them, I was thinking, it's horrible that they don't have a warning sign on biscuit cans. I mean, if even a small percentage of people have been attacked the way I have, it seems like there would be warnings on these cans in these streets. As I was making that, I was thinking, oh, I threw one of my pans away. And I was thinking, doing this shit for the video. But anyway, I threw one of my pans away. So I have another one. Truth be told, I only ever used this one. Because maybe I was saving this one until I got done wearing this one out. I don't know. I was thinking about how, you know the lessons I taught y'all that I've been learning about the broiler, the oven broiler. Well, that had me to thinking about how long I did a bad job at making things like cookies and brownies and stuff. And come to find out, I learned from making pizzas. This how I learned how to get my cookie baking right. You know how you may get a frozen pizza and you put it on the rack. Well, I don't just put it on the rack though. I always put it on a cookie sheet, right? It's a cookie sheet. So I always put it on that. And that still didn't get the crust crusty enough. So I was like, well, let me follow the instructions and put it on the rack. So I put it directly on the rack. But I still use the cookie sheet to put on the second row. You have a rack here and a rack here. I put the pizza on the rack here. And then underneath it, I just put a cookie sheet with a piece of foil on top to catch any crumbs or anything, just so my oven doesn't catch fire and burn it up and smell the whole house up and showing that I can't cook worth a damn. So I went ahead and put it on the rack, and it worked. That did get it much more crispy. And that, coupled with the knowledge I was getting from learning how to use the broiler on the oven, was enlightened me to some things. So as I was avoiding murder by biscuit can this morning, I was like, you know, why don't I start making a biscuit on a cookie sheet too? Why wouldn't it be ideal as well? Because I've been making my biscuits in that semi-deep, 2-inch deep, or 1.5 inches at least, pan that I just showed you that I threw away. And I was like, you know, that probably will work with biscuits too, because the inside anything where you need a fluffy inside with a well-cooked but not overcooked, potentially crispy or flaky outside, that's your magic. That's your magic. That's your magic. Yeah, so I made the biscuits on a cookie sheet, and if they didn't come out perfect, you saw that random biscuit that I just accidentally showed you from when I showed you how I layered. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? This is an old leftover biscuit. Look, the bottom is just nice golden brown, not overcooked in comparison to the top. So I was like, that's your magic, right? Then I started thinking about how I had just recently committed to look for a collection of glass bowls to cook with in the kitchen, because you cook with all sorts of things and seasonings, and you don't know how salt and vinegar and baking powder and baking soda are going to combine in a plastic bowl mixed with a plastic or silicone utensils and servingware. So I was like, I want to get some glass bowls. I want to get some wooden servingware. And that got me to thinking about non-stick cookware and how I went into that mode. Conspiracy theory. Smokestacks. So well, not those smokestacks. Well, those two. But I'm talking about, I went into my consciousness mode, and I was thinking, why were they so eager for everyone to turn on to the no-stick cookware trend? To where everybody uses it, because it is convenient and it's for your own good. You could use less oil when cooking, so that the non-stick coating will wear off sooner, or at a more gradual pace, enough to poison you, so that you don't really realize when you start coming down with all these 2016, 2017 diseases at a tender young age. You have no idea to attribute it to the non-stick coating that started coming off into your vegan ass food. Y'all will be the main ones, the one that been preaching to everybody else about how everything else they eat is killing them. All people can do is the best they can do. That's what I'm here for, is to encourage and motivate you to do the best you can do. And not for shading you for doing the best you can do. Except for if you're one of these people that's out here acting like you know everything. Not like me. Not like on my soapbox. I got a whole different tough love level soapbox. Not that I know it all. But this might help your life end up better. I ain't doing it for me. But I do want to leave a legacy of inspiring people on some types of genuine levels. Not no bullshit celebrity or just got viral for 15 minutes of fame or reality TV trash humans or trash species. I'm not gonna call them the humans, because they're a whole different species. Like Trump, except for their eye color. They're the Trumps of us. The Trumps of us, girl. Calm down. Self-included right now, calm down in terms of calming down. But anyway, I was like, so why is everybody so hot on non-stick cookware? If you think about the 5-star plus restaurants or the most noted, respected, high-end chefs of the world, very few of them are running around using non-stick cookware. I don't give a fuck how convenient it is or how less oil you gotta put in them hoes. They're not gonna be cooking with non-stick cookware. Why? The scary part is they might not even realize why. At the restaurant where all the powerful people eat, you think those chefs are whipping those delicacies up in non-stick cookware? You got another thing coming. So that makes me want, in addition to my glass bowls, that makes me also want a cast iron skillet, culturally speaking, because that's what our moms and grandmothers used before they found new, more technological ways to commit genocide on us. I want to get me a cast iron skillet, probably just a mid-sized one, not a huge one. Maybe a couple more glass bowls. I want to go get the other glass bowl that matches that one. I'm still keep my plastic bowls now, because when I'm running in and out harvesting from the garden, when I'm putting the bowl up and down on the floor and running water in it, I don't want to risk breaking that. I don't want to be worried about it. I just want to be able to throw a plastic bowl full of water and harvested shit somewhere. So, and like I say, I'm gonna always love these from Mr. because they keep his water colder for longer than the other cups ever did. I always love these cups. I've seen several YouTubers with these, old school YouTubers with these as well, or semi old school. I guess we are old school now, y'all, girl. We just are. But I see a lot of people with these. They're big and they withstand a lot, and you can put whatever you're drinking in the freezer. It'll freeze it. It won't crack and disrupt the plastic. These were some good cups, whoever made these. And I hope y'all balled out, in which I believe you semi did, because I've seen a lot of people over the years with these cups, and they seem to love them as much as we do. But now I'm on this new thing. You get older. If you have the privilege of doing certain things, why not? So I don't have no problem with anybody, as a matter of fact, cooking my food in non-stick cookware. But if I can avoid certain things, you know better. You know better. You don't always do better, but you do your best to do better for as much as you possibly can. I know y'all think I don't realize we're all just human, but I do. It's just that what sometimes you don't realize is that being just human is powerful enough to change our entire life around if you should so choose to grow. Just grow. Because some of y'all don't need to say grow the fuck up. Because some of y'all are just in a real rough patch, or you know better. It's just a struggle. You got to deal with your conditioning. Your brain. I've been conditioned, brainwashed. You know, it's all I ever saw. Some of these kids, it's like bitches in their lives have always made these decisions, and that's all they know. So they just doing their best to work their way out. I know, girl. I know. So anyway, I had a bread baking dish that was nonstick. And I always line it. And it really, I'm not being all that much greater than anyone. Because in most cases, I'm going to line my glass with foil. How much better can that be than a non-stick?
So the foil people are trash for this. Trash. This is their new heavy duty foil. Trash.
Right? But I'm going to be using foil, right, bitch? Even though my foil company motherfucked me. They sure did. Remember this packaging? I actually I put the new roll in the old packaging because they don't even sell the 250 no more. They don't sell the 250. It's 200 max. They took this bitch off. This We Can Do It Women's Empowerment bitch off. They took the whole masculine. I guess they couldn't have her on with this masculine paneling on there as well to let you know just how strong it was. And remember how impressed I was that it said heavier, thicker, stronger, and that it actually was heavier, thicker, stronger, and it was hard to get a fork through that bitch even? Well, guess what, ho? They took the strong bitch off. They took the heavy doodle metal background off. It just say regular ass handy motherfucking foil. Fuck you, handy foil. You had it right and fucked it up. But yeah, now it's in a plain ass old package, and so I was like, okay, I'm not gonna pitch a fit if it's the same formula. I'm not gonna trip because it really is heavy duty and it's thin. It even sounds thin. It sounds thin and flaky, like it's gonna come apart. But nope, it's sturdy. It was sturdy, bitch. Cause yeah, sure enough, I got this new fucking, and it's thin. It's still thin. Look, I just ripped it. I just went to rip it off the perforated thing, and it ripped already. No, you motherfuckers, this is not as strong as it was originally. So you made it weak. Still got the nerve to put heavy, thick, or strong on it. You made it weak, put less in it, and charge more. Way to go. Way to go. Way to go. As far as I'm concerned, you team oppressor. You team oppressor at this point. So fuck you for that. I give credit where due, but I call bitches out too. I sure will. Like if when I did that other video, this happened. Like, if when I did that other video, it was sponsored, and I was actually low-key doing it for them, like a lot of your favorite YouTubers do. If that were the case, and then this shit happen, oh, I would do another video, bitch. It would be another video done. Matter of fact, I might figure out how to edit, because I know you can do it on YouTube now. Edit it where I attach this video, or this part of the video, this foil rant, onto the end of that video when I was talking about how great that foil was. Y'all say fuck the people, and I say fuck you. Because that's how real bitches do. I'm a rider for the people. Is what y'all don't understand. When I be throwing all that shade, it be wrapped in love. And if you don't see it and you just listen, you hear it, and your toes get stepped on, and you decide to put on the hater hat because you can't handle criticism, constructive criticism, even though, to be fair, I'll take the rap for my delivery. My delivery is not gentle. But you have been receiving gentle delivery your whole life. It's time for a bitch to just show you she love you as much as tell you. Enabling does not equal love. It don't mean you don't love them, because you are being, I won't even say respectful of their feelings, because to me, if the end result of their feelings is that they're going to hurt themselves making childish decisions, you know, getting fucked people in their lives, then that's not really being careful of their feelings then, is it? Because they're having those feelings because you didn't say, that's some bullshit you finna do. I'm just here to let you know because I love you. And not to be able to say I told you so later, but if I am so able to say I told you so, know that it was in love, and you shouldn't have to announce that. They should know that you love them enough to do that, and realize, even if they're just in a room alone looking in the mirror, they have to realize that this person is just showing me love. And they can only do that when they can love themselves and realize, oh, this is why she loves me, because I am worthy of it. I'm valuable. You're valuable, bitch. Priceless even. So what was I saying? Yeah. I'm still gonna lie on these glass bitches, but I have the option not to. If I should decide that I'm on that bandwagon where foil is the devil as well, then I can avoid using foil, then I will be using this glass straight on. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. Pyrex and Anchor Hocking. That's the glass that's ruling my kitchen right now. Last of the cucumberins. Some leaf. In fact, okay. So this is what my invention was. To have a baking sheet, a glass baking sheet. Okay, bakeware safe. A glass baking sheet with holes in it like this. That's thin like this. Has holes in it like that. But it's rectangle of varying sizes. From this size to this size to this size to everything in between. But it'll be glass and it'll have holes in it. It'll be a baking dish. That's my idea. Y'all go make that. Make that. And give me a little piece of the profits you make. Just a little piece. Well, according to how much you make, like, if you make 80 billion, I mean, I think I'm good for a few million. Right? A few million? Come on. If you make hundreds of millions, a few million, right? I'm gonna put the meat, the ground turkey, in a bowl. I think I'm gonna put a beaten egg in it. Y'all have known about my affinity for glass for a long time. And so, like, even when I'm cooking, I'll use these for ingredients. I have 4 of these. And I'll use these bowls for ingredients, which I'm about to do right now. Instead of celery, I use perpetual spinach stems. I don't know what I did with the red onion I just used. Damn it. I have to crack open another one. I'm just gonna microwave. That's another thing. Even when I was a little girl, I used to hear random ideas about microwaves, and that used to make sense to me. I used to hear, I guess you would call them conspiracy theorists back then, and they wouldn't use microwaves because they were like, nah, it's something with that. Why is it that something that takes 2 hours to cook can now be cooked in 45 seconds? Some of it would be, I don't trust the government. Some of it would be, I used to work for the government. And some of it would be, I was in the military, so I know what the government is capable of. Either way. And I told Mister, we need to stop calling him Big Brother. The eagle eye ain't Big Brother, that's Big Daddy. Because you can whoop your brother's ass if you're a bad enough bitch. But you can't, ain't nobody finna step to daddy. Not a good daddy. I'm talking about a good daddy. I was trying to do like the chefs do. And, ooh, bitch! Ooh, she did that. Y'all see that? You wanna see it again? I know y'all don't believe that shit. I took a wild guess at that. I'm using a fork. But I do have a baby whisk. I also have one with a longer handle. I'm just gonna use a fork right here. I actually used the blanched, some of the blanching water from the collard greens to make my sauce. I don't like that. It stinks. Fresh basil, girl. Some fresh basil, girl. Check it out. Where we do yoga at. Everything's for inside except for the little hoops, but yeah, I'll do that one. Chop that out. You didn't drink no poison or no shit, did you?
Get the powder from the stuff that's on my skin.
Okay.
Because it's concentrated water here, it dissolves in the water.
Okay.
So I just rinse it out around my mouth before I put my mouth on the straw.
Okay. Mmm. Smell it. Smell it. Mmm. Ah. Oh boy. For the sake of showing out, I'm not gonna put no foil in my glass bowl. Oh boy. I'm actually gonna put callaloo in the body of the rolls. And broccoli stalks, why not? Oregano, garlic powder, or garlic salt. You can use garlic salt too. I'm about to put this egg in here into this meat mixture. Stir up the sauce again. And put a couple of spoonfuls. The sauce is thick right now. I'll put a couple of spoons in there. Oh, and some breadcrumbs. Look at that. I think I might want some more onions in there too. I want some basil in the meat mixture too. Put some sauce in the bottom. be covered in sauce anyway, but I just wanted to put some sauce on the bottom for added protection. I'm now rolling the last part of that up. It comes out like a little egg roll. A little meatloaf egg roll. Yeah, put this in the booty of the leaf, and I flip these end pieces of the leaf up and tuck them under. Then I roll the sides up, both sides. It should be flexible enough to roll up the sides, like that. And then roll the rest of the roll. There you go. And you place it in a bowl that you just lined with sauce. Ooh, that's gonna be mostly greens. That's not a very big roll of meat in there. Oh, but that serves as a purpose of showing you how this is done. Let me unwrap it. So I have this here. Put this on the booty end of the leaf. Tuck these end pieces over and under. Roll the sides up. And then roll the other end up like an egg roll. There we go. And put them in the bottom of the bowl. The oven is ready to roll. Gotta concentrate sometimes. That's what's gonna happen when you make yours. You're not gonna be thinking about that camera. You're gonna want it to come out right. Hold those inside each other. I'm gonna get some meat in this one. So right now, this is what we're looking like. Your side piece gotta know her place. Yeah, bitch, we want to jump in the mix sometime. Stay in your lane till it's your turn. Ooh, a big one. I gotta decide if I'm gonna use the holy one or this baby one. I think I might use the holy one. Ooh, I could use the holy one and line it with the baby one. Oh yeah. That's gonna have too much greens on it, but because this has an extra layer of greens, I'm gonna put it on the bottom so it can stay dipped in the sauce. I decided to just put a toothpick in it right there. So I know which one it was, which one has the extra greens. Now, you see this? And I'm going to pour my tomato sauce all over it. There, pour my tomato sauce all over it. And now I'm going to cover it. You don't have to cover it. I'm going to cover it because I want those collards to cook down really tender. While the mini loaf is forming inside of them. So pretty. Look how green those leaves are. And they cook so long, you don't need a timer, at least an hour. By the time you start smelling them, you'll remember you put them in there. So I'm gonna catch up to Mister and get in the shower because starting tomorrow, I can't have any food for about 2 days. It'll be worth it. Except if Big Daddy gets my doctor to anal probe a chip into my ass. I'm all done. How about you? You are everything, and everything is you, and everything is you. You are so much of everything. You this part of that, and 3/4 and a half, and so forth and more.
I have no lines.
Do the math.
30 minutes I got to get some water.
I just asked what's the math. You delivered. Thank you. You are everything, and everything is you. Oh, you are everything, and everything is you. Brings back memories of being with you. And I do. Oh, you are everything, and everything is you. spelled this right. Oh, that's Patti LaBelle, honey. Yes. Remember when we had songs dedicated to actual literal music? Last night a DJ saved my life. There's a message in our music. Must be the music that turned me on. Must be the music. But why would there be modern day songs dedicated to music? Why would there be? Y'all have heard today's music. Shout out to millennials. Or rather, more accurately, shade out to millennials. Yeah, y'all, I can't say y'all messed it up, but y'all, any good music that's going on right now is under the radar. It ain't popular. It ain't popular. They had so much respect for the art that we had no clue of the divas beef that they had amongst each other when they were at the top. The Patti LaBelle, the Diana Rosses, Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston too. Like, we didn't know about the beef they had with each other. I know social media attributes heavily to that, but what makes social media appeal to the masses determines just how important that is. So, do the math. It's the moral of the story. I'm gonna get rid of a lot of stuff in the name of getting a glass replacement. And I have this Tupperware that's supposed to be green Tupperware, even though, y'all know I don't believe shit, but it's supposed to be green Tupperware. I have 2 sets of everything. I actually have 4 sets of everything because I bought 2 more years ago. I did a video on it, but I bought 2 more sets. And you know I never did get it for free, so they got me for $40 damn. Because from not turning your rebate in. They count on that. They count on you not turning your rebate. But y'all know how I get with my personal information. I be like, oh, they using that to collect information that they might not be able to otherwise get. So I have all these, so I don't have a real reason to keep a lot of these. But sometimes you want a round bowl to mix in. The moral of the story is I need to get rid of some of this Tupperware, some of which came from fast food places, and I just couldn't get rid of them. I couldn't do it. So, look, it's got a top though. They're so cute, and they're black, and you can see through the top to see what you have in it. This is great for leftovers. It's so hard to throw them away. But I'm gonna put on my big girl panties and go through this kitchen with a fine-tooth comb this week. Y'all coming with me? It's been sitting up here for 2 months. Mr. bought this to see what it tasted like. Now y'all know we already started a relationship, a loving, mutually respectful relationship with Angie. Why would he want to do this? And then he told me why. Because this is supposed to be a limited edition new flavor. And it's yellow cake and buttercream frosting and with red and blue sprinkles. That's literally the flavor of this shit. Yellow cake and buttercream frosting with red and blue sprinkles. You gonna make a flavor of popcorn like this for me and think it's out of love, and you want me to believe that it's out of love, your love for me. And it was nasty. Yeah, we tasted it was nasty. Garbage. But this is this kind of stuff I find hard to throw away, not because I want to keep it, but because I want to give it to a shelter or something like that. If I put it to the side to give to a shelter or something, it won't ever get given to them, and wastefulness. Everybody got multiple struggles. Which one should how to prioritize? That's the key. I think this is so beautiful. I wish it had a lip though. It's okay, I'm gonna find some more. This is the Anchor Hockey. Beautiful. Oven proof. Oven proof, that's what I need. Baking glass. What's really mine if I talk to you for a minute? Not in 2017, Bobby. They ain't trying to hear you. Under the Trump American regime, honey. While I'm in expose mode, Cascade and Dawn collaboration dishwasher detergent packs. So this is 10 times. I think it's got one that's 15 times and one that's 20 times, right? So this is the 10 times. And it just has all green right here. A green Nike swoosh up here. And the 15 times has a green, one of these is green, and the other one is blue, right? And in the 20 times one of these is green, and one of these is yellow, I believe. Of course, the 10 times is cheaper, and then you pay a little bit more for the 15 versus in the 20 times. And you get more, of course, in the the less powerful one. But between me and you, bitch, I bet it ain't no difference between this and the other two that cost more. Give me this damn dishwasher detergent pack and keep it pushing. Okay? I already have to use rinsing agent because of the poisons they put in the water. So between that and this basic stuff that is probably all anybody needs, I'm all for paying extra for more, or a higher quality, or more endurance, more durable, longer lasting. It's worth it. But when you know good and goddamn well you just put a different color shit in a pack and it cleans just as well as the base option of 10 times, you just gouging people just because people gullible enough to volunteer to be gouged. I'm gonna call you out on it, even though Dawn is the shizzle. But I don't like the type of monopolies. I don't like the type of monopolies that start realizing their value and gouge the price up. When they, from debut, they've been the same price.